Hi, I'm Danny. I'm here with Jacqueline Barnes, TCU Women's Soccer, and we're here to talk about sports, being a female athlete, and competitive spirit. All right, first I'd like to point out that we have a lot in common. We both played defense in our career playing soccer, and I played at UNT, and she's actually going to be playing at UNT. So let's start talking about Jacqueline Barnes on and off the field. So Jacqueline, tell us about yourself.
So I would definitely say that I'm a very competitive person on and off the field. With soccer, I'm always doing the hardest work I can to be successful on the field, and I think that directly correlates to my hard work I'm going to put into the classroom to get a master's at UNT next semester.
Woo!
And continue to be
Eagles.
competitive on the field and in the classroom to achieve a master's degree.
So you obviously started playing soccer at a young age. What kind of drove you to start playing soccer in the first place, and then what kept you there?
I was born directly into a very athletic family. My mom was a D1 athlete at Texas A&M. She won a national championship there in the sport of softball, Gig'em. And then my brother actually plays D1 baseball as well. He's a pitcher, so I feel like I was just born to follow in their footsteps. As for what keeps me in the game, I would definitely say the team culture, meeting different girls and just having such a close knit tie with all my teammates that actually become family. So they're not only teammates, but they're friends and family to me. So that's definitely what keeps me going in the game.
As a female athlete, who has contributed to your success and been kind of an inspiration for you?
That's an easy question. My mom has definitely been the biggest inspiration for me. She was successful as an athlete, but she's also a very successful businesswoman in her post-college athlete life. So just being a business major and a student athlete, it's really nice to have her to look up to and her success as an athlete, but also as a woman in corporate America. I really look up to my mom on the field and off the field as well.
So you're obviously a driven individual, but also it looks like you are graduating early then, and then you're going to get your master's. So kind of what's your driving force on that, and what are your plans for the future?
So I finished my undergrad in 3 years here at TCU, so I'll be taking my 4th year of eligibility at UNT and pursuing an MBA in finance. My most driving factor is really just staying true to myself. I feel like I've always been very dedicated to hard work, so I just really am going to make it a point to myself to stay focused on staying true to my hardworking ethic as I transfer over to UNT. I think that will help me be successful on the field, but also in the classroom as well. So I know you played SemiPro for FC Dallas. What did it take and what did you have to change in your game to go from the collegiate level to the SemiPro level?
I would say the number one thing was probably the conditioning. I hate running. I absolutely hated it. But for me, semi-pro was such a fast-paced game. It was so much quicker. So like obviously if your conditioning's not there, you're going to make the silly mistakes, you're going to fatigue. And so I had to do the extra hours of like putting in for running and doing all the drills I didn't want to do, but I definitely had to put more emphasis towards my conditioning to try to like stay at the level as everyone else.
So as you transferred away from being an athlete into the corporate world, what are some of the qualities that you learned as an athlete that really helped you in the business world?
Yeah, so I mean, outside being competitive, because I think every athlete's competitive and that will obviously help you in sales.
Right.
The biggest thing would kind of go back to obviously whenever I was trying to play semi-pro, I had to work on my conditioning, so I had to put in that extra work, right? So how I would relate that to the competitive world and corporate is that you need to put that extra work. It's however much you put in is how much you're going to get. So I mean, I was staying sometimes at the office until 7:30, 8 p.m. on a Friday night when all my friends were partying, but I just wanted to make money and I wanted to excel in my career. So I was grinding. So I would say putting in that extra effort for sure.
Right. The driven mentality.
Yeah, which
Definitely.
you have. Yeah. So I'm sure many young girls aspire to kind of play college soccer, maybe beyond college soccer. So what advice do you have for them to help with pursuing their passions?
My best advice would be definitely to identify their passion first. I feel like a lot of times you can be persuaded by what your friends are doing, but the most important thing is identify your passion, stay true to yourself, follow your heart, and be willing to put in the time, effort, and energy to pursue your passion and give it the best you can.